trying to say I of times through colored glass. Time rolls on enough to let me move on past, but every little now and then it creeps on back to shape my smile.
And I've been chillin', watching the ocean with you. Baby, up with a slow motion crew. And we up in our growlings when people change, but not us. And we just chillin', kicking it, kissed by the sun. Could be soaked to the skin in the mall soon. I know she got the good vibes when seasons change, but we're the same. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. Even if my jokes sound funny, my tongue tied up on it. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. Jimmy at Woodstock. Drum me around and no red Ford. Shivers down my spinal cord. Oh, 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 oh. 'Cause you got me holding, holding. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. Even if my jokes sound funny, my tongue tied up on it.
Oh no, that is what they all
say when they see me pouring some more? Oh, then gets empty again. Better fill it up before I go. Cause I'm loving it, feeling it, touch me and being it. See what I see in it, I'm typical. Messing around with it, mix it up, go with it, fuck with it, flow with it, let it all go. Oh Lord, think you know what I'm like, but you down for, you lose control. Bittersweet melody when I dance on your fly. Cause I know what you don't, it is me you adore. How does it feel to breathe when you're dead? They've never seen you out of your bed. Cut to the bone, it's broken, I bet. How sad. Oh boy, got so hot I forgot what I should have thought of before. Sure ain't easy for you to let off the rules, cause that's so much fun. Are you loving the feeling it? Touch me, are you in it? Don't see what you're seeing, but typical. Messing around with it, mix it up, go with it, fuck with it, flow with it, please let it go. Oh no, think I did it again. I said a few things that I shouldn't have done. Well, bittersweet melody when I dance on your fly. Cause I know what you don't, it is me you adore. How does it feel to breathe when you're dead? They've never seen you out of your bed. Cut to the bone, it's broken, I bet. How sad. How does it feel to breathe when you're dead? They've never seen you out of your bed. Cut to the bone, it's broken, I bet. Now come alive with me and quit the jealousy. I know you're bored, I know it's boring me. Now come alive, baby, get out the grave and I know you're bored. How does it feel to breathe when you're dead? They've never seen you out of your bed. Cut to the bone, it's broken, I bet. How sad. How does it feel to breathe?
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Scottish College Cup 2020. I am Solar. I'm joined back in the booth again today by Zappa.
Hello everyone, glad to be back here for the playoffs of the 2020 Scottish College Cup.
Yeah, absolutely. We went through the group stage yesterday. 3 matchups for each team and used that to create our seeding for the playoff bracket today. And first matchup we are going to have is between Forth Valley and West College Scotland. We saw Forth Valley once yesterday, a very dominant performance over Fife. West College Scotland coming third in Group A, Forth Valley second in Group B. And West College could well have finished second in their group, but some may say they deserved a win over Inverness, seemed to let it slip, and Inverness actually got the reverse sweep, and we'll see Inverness face off against Fife College in the other quarterfinal on this side of the bracket in about an hour's time. But for this one, Forth Valley versus West College Scotland, I would still expect Forth Valley to maybe take this one. I don't know about yourself, Zappa.
Yeah, I didn't see much of Inverness on the A side, sadly. I did see part of their gameplay, and I think just from the few minutes or so I saw, I do think that Forth Valley looked a lot more promising in the game we saw against Fife yesterday. They just seemed to be a lot more of a cohesive unit as a team. There was a lot more passing, and it seemed like there was a lot better team playing comms from what I saw. But who knows, Inverness might surprise us all in the quarterfinal to come.
Yeah, only one way to find out is we do have Forth Valley in the lobby ready and waiting, lining up with, of course, the same roster of Jamesy, Mason, and DJI. Yeah, fantastic name, and I did pronounce it wrong at the start yesterday, but he's since informed me that it is indeed Digi, and I think we did amend that sort of game 2 of that first series. We do now have West College in the lobby with Ames, J Hex, Twisted Rabbit, and Big Grief as well. So ready and ready to go, ladies and gentlemen. Just making sure that both teams are, of course, not having any issues, happy enough to get themselves onto the field. But it will be Forth Valley in the red, West College Scotland in blue. And yeah, it's a single elimination bracket. So one of these two teams will be eliminated here after a best of 5. And in the commentary booth, we both have Forth Valley. So we will see who takes this one. See if West College Scotland can provide an upset here for us, or whether Forth Valley will continue in the fashion that they have. Getting the teams onto the field very, very shortly. But one final one, I'll get an actual series score prediction from you, Zappa.
I don't know. I'm usually. I can't say anything because obviously I've not seen enough of Inverness, but a very promising showing from Forth. I'm thinking maybe a 3-0 or a 3-1. I think I will go for the 3-0, but obviously if Inverness can make it closer, I'd be quite happy to see this series go on a bit longer than we expected.
It's just the Inverness, though, is it? It's West College Scotland that we are
terribly sorry.
Forth Valley play here. Jamesy, first goal, 18 seconds in, Forth Valley lead.
Yeah, just simple as you like. A good little hit off the backboard there for Digi, and yeah, Jamesy's there to just tap it into the top left. It was a bit of a scramble in the defense there for West College, but you know, it's might be might be a combination of nerves, might be some lack of warming up, but that will be a second for Forth before I can even finish commenting on the first goal.
Yeah, Digi just slamming that one in at the near post, and West College looking a little bit rattled early on here in game number 1. Of course, Forth Valley game. We went to game 5 with Edinburgh College, one that we highlighted as being the team that is really the one to beat in this Scottish College Cup. It's an early 3-goal lead, just 31 seconds in here for Forth Valley. Mason now on the score sheet, an assist there for Jamesy too.
Yeah, it's been 30 seconds, 3 goals each for all of the Forth members, and with stats like that and another goal coming in from Mason, they're averaging a goal every 10 seconds, so who knows, with my terrible maths, that was I give us to Solar. You're probably better with numbers than I am. 30 a game?
Yeah, I would say so. If we get another, yeah, no, absolutely 30. Thank you, Sig, in our ears for that one. It's a Sunday. My brain's not prepared to do maths. Any other day of the week, you could ask me that, and I'll be ready and raring. Not on a Sunday. But there you go. 5th goal, 55 seconds. We're up to 11 seconds a goal, so it does take us down to about 26, 27 nil at this rate. Forth Valley looking very, very strong. Not much of a fight coming out of West College Scotland just yet. Jamesy off the ceiling. That is naughty, but he cannot find the top shelf. Just decides to bump the keeper on the way out instead. 6-0 and a minute and 7 gone.
Yeah, it was a fantastic effort from James. He sadly can't quite find the ceiling play he was expecting, but it did do enough to make the West College keeper a bit unsure of what was happening, and then before he could get his bearings and save the next shot from Digi, it was a rather aggressive bump from the missed ceiling shot. However, we just can't get anything out about previous goals because by the time we finish speaking, there's another one to commentate about.
I think at this point, West College have yet to have the ball in Forth Valley's half. I've not specifically gone out of my way to notice that, but like I'm not looking out for it, but I don't remember it ever leaving the blue half at any point. I think at this point, there we go.
Hey.
That's the first instance of it. It's a step in the right direction for them, but I do think Forth Valley have maybe let off the gas a little bit. I think if they wanted to be up by about 15 goals by now, they would be, but they've managed to restrain themselves slightly and made it only 8-0 in the first minute and 38 seconds.
Yeah, it looked like in the corner there. I think I can't remember the players, but there were two defenders were going for a pinch clear, but one of them couldn't quite get to the ball and just happened to be a tap in to the other player. And I don't. Do I need to start speaking in like double the speed and like? Because I just can't finish commentating by the time that Forfers keep scoring other goals. And also, it is 3 apiece for all the players. They're a very evenly based side. It's very much a one-for-all situation.
That one's not even going to go in. That's a save. There we go. First save registered there for West College. James, he sort of didn't want to get another touch. He's like, right, I'll come off the ceiling. I'll do a flip cancel. It hits the inside of the post, and he was kind of just hoping it would find its way in. He didn't really want to apply the finish, because that's not really a clip then, is it, at that point? It just doesn't look as good. And he left it, and Twisted Rabbit has got the first save for West College, Scotland. Still the only one to speak of, and Forth Valley now 10-0 up with more than half the game to go.
I mean, what can we really say at this point? I'll say it again, it's very much a community tournament where all the colleges that got invited brought their players. It seems rather clear some may have been more prepared than others. Some colleges might just have had the better Rocket League players, but I do think one thing's for certain here is that the Forth Valley West College Scotland matchup is a bit of a mismatch between the two teams.
And if we're looking at the bracket, this is the team that finished third in the group, and some say Inverness really should have lost to them. Edinburgh have a really easy run to the grand final. I'm not going to lie to you. They already stomped Fife. They've got Ayrshire, who finished bottom of this group, with West College Scotland actually beating Ayrshire. And Inverness, who took West College to game 5, they actually reverse swept them. I think the harder side of the bracket is definitely going to be for Forth Valley, because they've got to go on and play against Glasgow Clyde, presumably, after they, I would imagine, take down Dundee and Angus. Not to, discredit Dundee, but I do think, from what I know, that Glasgow Clyde are better than them. And really, the only competition for Glasgow Clyde on that side would actually be Forth Valley.
Yeah, a little bit of makes my heart happy to hear that Glasgow Clyde are doing well. Obviously, as a previous student at said establishment, I saw most of their games against West College, because that's I would suppose our closest rival, West College Scotland, just a short drive down the road from Glasgow Clyde, and I suppose there might have been a bit of a friendly rivalry between the two, so I'm sure Glasgow Clyde were quite happy to thrash them, much as Forth Valley unfortunately seem to be doing much the same today.
Yeah, I think they're just out. There's no mercy here from Forth Valley. They've scored 14 goals. with 1:30 remaining. Jamesy has 5 goals and 6 assists. Make that 7 assists. And Mason has 7 goals, 2 assists. And Digi has 3 goals, 3 assists. And a total of 24 shots from Forth Valley Gaming. West College Scotland only having saved 2 of them. So there's actually a bit of accuracy here missing from Forth Valley. They really should be up 22-0 by this point, but it is only 15. And something tells me they're not done yet, as Jamesy puts in his 6th of the game.
Yeah, I think what we're seeing here is obviously, I'm sure the Forth Valley lads are all wonderful humans in their own right, but I think what we've got here is the Panto villain coming out of Forth Valley. You might be thinking that 16 goals, sorry, they might be going a bit easier on West College, just letting them get some hits, getting some shots, maybe even a goal, who knows, but Forth Valley have no remorse. They're going in hard, they're taking the fight to them, and maybe we're meant to be angry at Forth Valley. No, you can't be doing this. They're the ones we're now rooting against. West College are the underdog heroes that were wanting to come back into this, but it does seem to be quite settled now for Forth Valley.
Yeah. 6 saying they're suffering from connection issues, maybe, West College. They've all got 36 ping or below. I think at this point they really have just given up.
Yeah.
Outside of, sporting integrity, they've all stopped playing. West College are done, I think.
I really hope not, because we have got 2 games to go. So if Jix is just gonna stay seated and silent for the next 10 minutes, 15 minutes, it would be rather unfortunate. But I don't know, or West College just letting Forth score now. I hope not. I would. If you can hear me, West College, keep your heads up. Just it is a game. It's a community tournament. There's no hatred towards you for not doing as well as maybe Forth are. However, what I can be annoyed at you by is giving up. We do not accept that. Rocket League, anything can happen. Maybe not 20 goals in 40 seconds, but we want to see the showing. We're all here cheering you on. Show us what you're made of.
Become a demolition derby, man.
It's just became an absolute war zone at Beckwith Park night. It's just an absolute. Well, I think that this series is now become. Did you get an exterminator? I'd love to see it. I think this series has become less of a college v college and more of just a kickabout in the park, to be honest. I think both teams are just...
Can we say to West College, last goal's the winner?
I don't think we can.
Yeah, when the teams have been poorly picked down at the park, get your jumper soon for goalpost. It doesn't matter. As long as you score the last goal, you win. Like, as soon as somebody's got to go home for dinner, it's not the score doesn't matter. You could be down by about 30 goals, but last goal's winner.
You can never disagree with that because it doesn't matter. You can be 20 goals ahead, but as soon as you say last goal is winner, that's it. That's the call. The call has been made that last goal is the winner, and then you can be happy knowing that you got the last goal, which was maybe crudely identified as the winner. The other team can be happy that they scored 20 goals. Everyone leaves happy. It's a great thing of a kickabout rule to have the last goal winner, but I don't think that's in the rule set for the Scottish College Cup.
I think
at least
the
not this year.
real question about the rules of playing football in the park, and this one I'm going to pose to you, Zappa. The ball goes over the jumper. Is that in or out?
How over the jumper, though?
I mean, I'm talking like even just like a third of the jumper towards the inside. Like,
Well,
so
depending.
your left hand post, right? and it goes over the right-hand side of it about a third.
I don't know. I don't think I can mentally visualize the jumper goal area. I think it's just a very much a judgment call of if you're looking at the jumpers and you imagine the size of the goal you're going for. Because that's another thing. It obviously all depends on how wide you're making the jumpers. Because
Oh, it's a toss-up every single time you play. Let's be honest.
yeah, you can put them like semi close together, and it's more like a fives game goalpost, I suppose. Or you can like set them the full Scottish Premier League, full on. If it goes on the left post, you're not reaching it unless you've got a 7-foot arm to stretch out and get it. So yeah, I think it's more of a length by width situation. I don't think I can give a solid comment on that.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Zappa declining to comment on that one.
I'm not going to come forth and say that I am the jumpers VAR for the entirety of Scotland kicking about football. So yeah.
Anyway, back to action.
Back to scheduled programming.
Forth Valley Gaming have decided to become a freestyle team as Jamesy pre-jumps Mason off of the ceiling. This is, yeah, action is slow. I'm not quite sure what to make of the next, potential 9 minutes worth of Rocket League. Let's be honest, it's not going to go anywhere beyond the third game.
Not gonna lie.
It really going to overtime either. Because it seems as though West College have more or less given up, and Forth Valley have got their 2-goal cushion and have then decided, yeah, that'll do.
Would it be somewhat foolish and selfish to ask if West College want to forfeit the series and then I'll join the team and give them a helping hand? By no means do I think I'll be able to carry against Forth, but I think it would make the game a little bit closer than we're currently seeing.
Me and you'll jump in, it's fine, don't worry about it.
No, because you can only have so many players on one side.
Oh, well, yeah, that's true.
And I wouldn't want to... I mean, you're a higher ranked, aren't you, Solar?
I do believe so. From what you said.
What is your freeze rank, since this is technically a free
rank? It is, last I checked, I think it's like 1589 or something.
Yeah, well, it's higher than me, so you'll be... if we do get the go-ahead from I don't know, Sigmoid, the Magic Man in the Ears, what do you think about the situation?
So,
thank you, to repeat the question of Sigmoid that wasn't listening, we're wondering if West College would like to forfeit the series, but for the last game, Solar will join their team and give them a helping hand. I mean, if we ask West College and they agree to it, that's completely fine. But I'm more checking in with Mr. Producer Man whether that's if that's okay. I think in a community tournament where we're not exactly trying to find the next big great.
He's had time to type in chat, bring it, by the way. In case anyone's wondering.
Jamesy wants it.
Oh dear God!
I will send forth my message to WCS and ask if they wish.
I can't beat a team by it's going to be a case of I'm going to be stuck on defense, just trying to keep 3 players out, and I'm not entirely sure how well that's going to go. I mean, is it going to be a case of 4-on-3? I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, okay.
I think...
Is the lobby set up for that?
Yeah, I do believe it's set for just a standard 4v4, so... Quickly, get your suit off, go put on your jersey. You're joining WGS for a day. Okay. A somewhat rival college for myself, but I'll let this one slide for the for the chat experience, I suppose.
I mean, you all have a lot more faith in me than I do. It's hardly going to be game changing. I'm telling you that.
It may or may not be game changing, but it does seem that right now we're just having a bit of a casual kickabout, and that WCS aren't really trying as hard as we may want to see them. So maybe the absolute fear installed into Forth from the man known as Solar flying the blue colours for West College Scotland. Who knows? Could possibly be game changing.
Wow. Forth Valley have let up. By this point, game number 1, it was 20-0. Forth Valley have dropped it to 5, kindly.
Yeah, it's definitely... West College have done their best against Forth, I suppose. Well, at least for the first few minutes until we saw the domination Forth were providing. But yeah, it does appear that with the way the tournament goes, the way seeding works, that Forth are going to be the favourite team against West College. And here's hoping that the second match we're going to see between Inverness and Fife, I believe, maybe that'll be more of a game that we'll be hoping for.
Yes, I do believe so. Well, that's what we're. Bye. Usual. Yeah, Forth Valley Gaming going to take game 2 in what was, free play, I think, at this point. And that's just the way it's worked. I do believe I am taking part in game 3, apparently. But yeah, we'll see what happens, I suppose.
Yeah, just trying to get a confirmation from WCS whether they want to do it or if they just want to give the old 3v3 a shot, but we will see.
I mean, it's hard. There's not much to say on this. West College have given up entirely, and Forth Valley are just vibing, I think, really. What more can you say? I think there are. It's evident that there are 3 teams who do play a lot more Rocket League than the other 5. Forth Valley, one of them, Glasgow Clyde, another, and obviously Edinburgh College. And as a result, yeah, it's unfortunately that's the way seeding goes with these.
Yeah, if anything, I think it could be worse. It could be Edinburgh,
Yes, I'm playing.
which I think is always going to be the possible favourite for the entire tournament, unless they decide to go easy on some certain teams and maybe be the overarching good guys for the entire series. But
We'll see.
yeah, I don't see as good as some of the other colleges have performed. It would be quite the interesting takedown of Edinburgh.
Yeah.
To witness.
I don't know if anyone noticed there, but Mason did just immediately gun for me there. So
I didn't even notice you were on the team, to be honest.
Yeah, no, I'm on the field. I am on the field.
Solar has in fact joined West College Scotland. I will do my
all the way from Aberdeen, by the way.
West College Scotland from Aberdeen. It's a bit of a trek. It's about a 2.5-hour train journey, I believe.
At the very least, yeah, I would imagine so.
Yeah, I was up at Aberdeen about a year ago for a friend's birthday bash. Don't worry, it was before the entire COVID thing kicked in. I wasn't breaking any rules.
Jamesy, come on now, mate. Decent chat. Getting bullied.
Okay, very serious play-by-play casting of the game here. Digi plays it down deep mid. Solar coming back to the defense, shadowing,
there.
can't quite
There.
reach it, and that will be a goal for James.
Didn't see him. Didn't see him. That was you were supposed to let me know that he was there. Alright, Stappa, you're.
Oh,
you're
am I meant to be giving you the biased casting from above and letting you know the
I
moves?
suppose not. We should at least keep some form of sportsman-like integrity to this.
James now taking control of it to Mason in the middle. Solar creeping about the blue defense. We'll go
I've got
test
to
it.
find my time
James
here.
takes to the ceiling though. He's got 17 boosts to work with. Goes for the
Come on, I thought I was about to get
sideways musky flick and can't quite find it. Solar now off the wall, bounces it off the backboard, drops into the middle for it. Aims can't quite find it, and there's a tap.
Oh.
There's a beautiful save from Jamesy. It was a great attempt there for Solar, but he can't quite find the goal he's looking for. And now the counter attack from Mason and the third goal for Forth Valley. And you've got to wonder, is Solar actually a detriment to the West College team?
Quite possibly. Not gonna lie. It's hard, man. It's hard. There he goes again with that speed flip kick off. It's quite impressive. It's nice something I can do. That's for sure. Oh, take
Mason
that.
with the them with the big grief and the West College
Oh,
goal
Mason,
side.
come on now. He's a
It's a big pinch off the wall and the ceiling from Solar. It's hovering over the net, but Jamesy will get the clear. Goes for the double off the wall, finds it, picks up the boost, and now
I'm being
Jamesy
honest
goes
here.
for the goal.
Mason is not letting up, man. Oh, I've missed.
Solar is an absolute.
I've played my game for
He's
this
missed it.
one.
He's got no boost to make the save, and that's a great tap from Jamesy.
That is. I did not need a replay of that, but
I
it's
can't
it's
say
been a
that-
very focused one on stream. That's the
With
joy
some-
of the Bacchus mod replay thing.
I think with some more boost, you wouldn't even have been able to manage that one. So
Yeah.
no,
Not,
no
not,
complaints from
not
me.
my I'll be honest, not my best kickoff. Here we are.
But yeah, 5 goals now with 2 minutes 10 seconds. Let's see if Solar can pull out some Rocket League magic from his back pocket. It's a great save from DigiShot, and now
Take that.
Mason taking it up off the wall. Plenty of boost to make some play here. Goes for a flip reset, but it's a great save from Solar.
Oh.
Our man in the
Oh.
box, and now he's tapped it into Solar. What are you doing? Solar, wrong goal.
I know, I'm trying to get there, right? I've only got a lot of boost after that last save. Oh, that might even be going out.
It's absolute beautiful tap in from Solar there. Maybe might be on the blue side of West College, but who knows? Might actually have got 10
I'm
quid
getting
in his
slated in
PayPal.
chat as well. I'm not happy about it. I'm getting slated.
I mean, can you blame us?
No, not really.
As soon, don't believe me. I think I would you like to switch, and you can slate me for a bit.
No, you're alright.
I'll
I'm more than life.
I'll plug in my controller should you wish to change your mind.
Oh, did you? I wanted that boost, lad. Ain't gonna lie.
So with the soft touch goes straight to James. James
Mason,
now going
please.
for the air dribble, can't quite find it.
Oh.
Save Solar, and now gonna take it off the wall. Pump from Mason. I think Mason at this point has now hit you more than he's hit the ball. To be honest,
Honestly, I think he has. Oh, hello.
I think he's just a really big fan. He just wants to. Can you sign it? I think he just wants you to sign his Steam profile.
I mean, if you ask, I certainly can, but I don't know why you want that.
The absolute what 1539 legend that is Solar RL.
Right, that's me.
The Aberdonian warlord. Jamesy with a ceiling flip reset attempt, can't quite find it. Solar now heading over to Mason, but that's a fortunate 50 back into the ball.
Oh!
And Mason can't quite put it into his own net, so Solar will have to do some interesting shadowing. Picks up the boost, denies Mason, but that's a soft touch. Solar's in an awkward position, but he gets into the midfield. Can he get to it before James? He can make a touch. Plays it off to the side, but now Solar Continues it. It's a tap into the mid.
Oh!
Jamesy can get it away from Solar before he can quite get onto the ball.
Did you please? Did you please?
Aimsley now. Probably not Aim. I'll probably make an absolute hash of that name.
Probably.
Aimsel? We talked about this yesterday with players having names that are just impossible to pronounce, like Kiyoshima yesterday from the 5 squad. What was
Yeah.
that? It was
I mean, we've got
more
to see
like shapes.
Kiyoshima back again today as well. Of course, in the next matchup.
We'll see. He probably will have the same name. I'm sure he won't change it to Kiyoshima, but yes, Big Reef beating Mason onto the wall there. It's a big hit behind Solar. Can't quite find it. Oh yes, he can actually. Plays it off his backboard. Fair play, fair play. Gets the 50 against Mason, but James will collect that. James with a little hop fake against Solar there. Now he's hitting it off the backboard. He's got a man waiting in the middle. No, but there is Solar. Pops it to the mid. Can he go for the Brazil? No, he can't quite find it. Great demand there from Mason.
Why even let me score, man?
James with a pseudo air dribble to Mason, but that will drop. And from the first game, we knew how it was going to go, but now that is the series for Forth Valley, even with Solar's help. But he's washed, and he's not as impressive as he used to be, and he didn't.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
He didn't have any warm up. I'm sure a
Yeah,
warm-up
of course,
Solar would have
yeah.
been an absolute threat.
I should have game 2. I should have hopped in free play.
should have got the warm up going.
Exactly. But there we go, ladies and gentlemen. First quarter final wrapped up there. Forth Valley College moving on to face off against either Glasgow Clyde or Dundee and Angus. Would not be surprised should it be a Glasgow Clyde in that other semi-final. That will be, of course, be shown on British Esports Association's channel at 3 p.m. as we are covering all 4 quarterfinals today. So we will go and take a break here, but when we come back, we will have that second quarterfinal on this side of the bracket. At the bottom of the bracket, Inverness versus Fife. You expect that to be quite a close series. But other than that, don't go anywhere, and we will catch you after the break.
I know I'm not easy. I drag you out your mind. And there are days I hate you, but baby, you're still mine. And now we have the best times, no matter what we do. And even when we don't, there's nobody I'd rather choose. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Won't you say why you're a stranger now? Your eyes escaping mine when I sit you down. Don't you feel like we're holding on onto a fairy tale, but
magic's gone. Been months of bluffing the blushes and faking the butterflies. Wake up, yeah, I'm kicking the castle down. Ooh, yeah, I think it's time to talk. Ooh, yeah, I think it's time to talk. I think it's time to talk. Ooh, yeah, I think it's time to talk. Ooh, yeah, be true to what we want. Forget how it felt from the outset. Hopeless to reset. Ooh, yeah, I think it's time to talk. Kinda missing how we kicked it off. Always in overdrive, now the feeling's lost. Blind to notice, we've been losing touch. Long gone fairy tale, yeah, we killed the rush. Been months of acting a fiction and staging a Valentine's. Wake up, yeah, I'm kicking the castle down. Ooh, yeah, I think it's time to talk. Ooh, yeah, I think it's time to talk. I think it's time to talk. Be true to what we want. Forget how it felt from the outset. Hopeless to reset. Ooh, yeah, I think it's time to talk.
Yeah. They was sleeping, they was snooze on me. I was dreaming about what food to eat. Why they sleeping, why they snoozed on me? I was seizing opportunity. Now they don't know what to do with me. I keep going hard like I'm in puberty. Rebellions in my blood, there ain't no ruling me. Coming for the top, this is a mutiny. want you to get on your feet. Stand up, stand up. Come on, get loose with the heat. Right now, right now. We go party till we black out. Black out, black out, black out, black out. So get the fuck up. Cause we gon' light up this place. We got that business for days. Tokyo GA from the outer space. So cover and dock, you're out of luck. We don't give up. Yeah, we're going up. Next floor is us. You're riding with us. Get up. We want you to get on your feet. Stand up, stand up. Come on, get loose with the heat. Right now, right now. We go party till we black out. Black out, black out, black out, black out. So get the fuck up.
Play a solo song. I'ma turn it up and then I'm gonna take it down. I'ma turn it up and then I'm gonna take it down. I'ma turn it up and then I'm gonna take it down. Play a solo song. I'ma turn it up and then I'm gonna take it down. I'ma turn it up and then I'm gonna take it down. I'ma turn it up and then I'm gonna turn it up and then I'm gonna to me like, give it to me like, give it to me like, give it to me like.
I'm just calling to say I say I'm just calling to say I say
prepare to die.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the playoff bracket of the Scottish Colleges Cup 2020. I am Solar, and I'm back in the booth with Zappa.
Hello again.
Got Inverness up against Fife in this other quarter final. We've already seen both Ayrshire and Dundee and Angus and West College Scotland eliminated the other quarter final between Edinburgh and Ayrshire, about to come up on the BEA channel. I do believe this one will be closer. No discredit to Ayrshire, but Inverness and Fife coming out with relatively similar records. Inverness 2-1, Fife 1-2. But I do think that they are of a more similar level.
Yeah, it's once again Glasgow Clyde obviously having a great showing on their side of the bracket, and Edinburgh once again having Mark Aduda and the very solid performers of Shadow and Jack, if I remember their names correctly. But yeah, for game coming up, Inverness versus Fife, didn't see much of Inverness, but second bracket on their side, only getting bet out by Glasgow, of course, and now Fife, which we did see have a very good performance against Dundee and Angus in the last series. Obviously, the reverse sweep was all very happy to see. Well, from a Rocket League point of view, I suppose. But yeah, I'm hoping it's going to be a great game between the two teams.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, what we would expect to see is one of these two teams then face off against Edinburgh College in the second semi-final, which of course I do believe we will be covering on this channel. That one will be after this one at about 3 p.m. starting. But yeah, Inverness versus Fife, we expect to be a relatively close one. Both teams, as we say, reverse sweeping yesterday. Fife College, their only win, as we said, over Dundee and Angus. Inverness College got reverse sweep over West College Scotland, who we did just see get swept by Forth Valley. So I do expect us to have a closer series, but considering we followed Fife right throughout their sort of campaign in the group stages yesterday, I think I do now have a little bit of a soft spot for them.
Yeah, it's of course looking for either team to come out on top, but we were with Fife for a while. We've got a little bit of a pat on the back for Sleuth, the 3 goals against the Edinburgh side, which I'm sure he'll be ecstatic about, and a very solid performance in the entire best of 5 series against Dundee and Angus. So yeah, we'll have to see what Inverness can bring to the table. Unfortunately, we've not seen a lot of them, as we've said, but we will find out very quickly, I'm assuming, in the game that is hopefully about to start very soon.
Absolutely, we do now have Inverness in the lobby. We originally had Fife in the lobby, but do you believe Craig may have pressed the wrong button, ended up accidentally starting the game. So now we await Fife's return for this best of 5 series in the last of 4 quarterfinals in the Scottish Colleges Cup 2020. Inverness, as we said, did get a reverse sweep over West Coast Scotland, finished second in their group with a 2-1 record. Glasgow Clyde being the dominant team in there, but we do have everyone in the lobby, so I think we will just get them ready and raring to go, and we'll get this one underway. Inverness playing in the red, Fife College playing in the blue, and we should be just about ready to go.
It does seem like Both teams have said they are ready, and the teams are joining. And now we do have a game.
Game number 1 of this last quarterfinal underway. Waffleman, good kickoff contest there. Sleuth will pick this one up. He's got round 1 but can't get around the second. Deckdog waiting, Jacket, the shot on target. 2 players commit to try and keep that one out, but we have the first goal for Inverness early on. Deckdog the scorer.
Yeah, it's the save from Jackie high into the sky off the crossbar back down for Deckdog was one problem. I can't really fault him for that. He did do his best to get to the ball. It was the unfortunate double commit from behind that bumped him and I believe Sleuth, I think it was, into the corner. So not only did Jackie have to make that save, him and Sleuth were then out of the game to make the next one, and that again from Deckdog is going to be another great goal into the upper left.
Yeah, lovely infield pass there from Jacket to find him, slams it in at a 75 mile per hour registered speed. Early 2-goal lead here for Inverness College Fife. Not really got going yet. Sleuth picking this one up on the left hand side, sends it middle. Waffleman does get the clear. 2 players commit to that one. It slows down the attack here from Fife College's. Deckdog will make the clearance. Only as far as Sleuth sends it back down into the red half. Jacket up, shot on target, just wide of the mark, hitting the post. And Deckdog sending his wayward in the corner. Waffleman round the wall here, can't force it past the second man waiting. And Sleuth with the clear sends it down. Waffleman into his own corner. Jacket this time playing that one safely to the halfway line. Deckdog pops up. That's awkward for Sleuth, and it will be a hat-trick here for Deckdog in game 1.
Yeah, a very solid solo play off the wall there from Deckdog. He has definitely been the showing from Inverness so far. Come on, Jacket, Waffman, get into the game. But if Deckdog is going to be all they need to get into this, then I suppose just let him score all the goals he wants.
Take that gladly. Sleuth comes over the top. 2 players commit. That could well be an open net. Sleuth can get there. Fife 1 goal back, down by 2 still with 3 minutes 31 remain, but they get their first sniff at goal and they take full advantage of it.
Yeah, beautiful hit from Jackie above the backboard. The keeper for Inverness trying to get to it, but Sleuth just managing to diagonal roll his Dominus to get just the soft touch needed to tap it in. And yeah, very much a showing from Fife that they are not out of this just because of the 3-goal lead for Inverness. They are willing to fight for this, and we've seen that from the reverse sweep yesterday that being behind in a game or series does not mean that they will give up.
No, absolutely. They had to fight their way back against Dundee and Angus yesterday. 2 down in the series, completing the reverse sweep in game 5 overtime. It was Sleuth to finish that one off. Jackie Chan forced into a save at his near post. Deckdog launched that up high, goes for a second touch, but Jackie Chan there again. Nathan tried to follow up on that one, but no such luck, beaten to the ball. Jacket sends that right back down. Jackie Chan's there at Ports, pinching that middle. Deckdog's shot comes back out off the underside of the crossbar. Inverness College could have extended their lead to 3 there, but still 2 up, still looking comfortable.
Yeah, I think one of the main issues, I'm not sure if I've been noticing entirely, I think the boost management for Fife might be needing some work. It does seem like there's been quite a few shaky clears and not so offensive attacks, mainly because of lack of boost. But saying that, Sleuth's got plenty now to hit that to the left. Finds his Jacket though. He'll go around into the corner, gets the 50, sends it to the middle. Waffman pops towards his own goal, but it's Nathan. He can't quite find it because of the weird angle. However, the pressure is now sadly diminishing for Fife there. That could have been an epic chance, but oh, so close, yet no cigar.
Absolutely, Fife really could have found themselves back within one here, but Inverness hold on. It was a breakaway opportunity for Quack Nathan, but Nathan couldn't apply for his jacket, going for a ceiling shot there. Something I don't think we were quite expecting out of this series just yet, but Sleuth unable to carry that one any further forward. Jackie Chan with a good little reverse to pop that over the top of one. Nathan centering that one. No one able to apply a shot as the ball comes up the wall. Deck Dog there to send it forward. Ends up finding Sleuth instead. Jacket over the top of one, but can't force it past Sleuth in the midfield. Deck Dog will clear off the left. Jacket with a touch forward on target, but saved by Jackie Chan, committing to that one with Sleuth as Nathan up the wall. Can't apply a touch there. With 35 seconds left here in game number 1, Inverness College still up by 2, but it's a chance here for 5. Sleuth fires wide.
Yeah, coming in at just the wrong angle there. I don't think he was quite expecting the touch into the backboard. Jackie there to make the save, keeping it very much alive for Fife. Although 15 seconds, 2 goals needed, and a double demo from Woffman. That's going to buy Inverness a lot of well-needed time, as the pressure coming from Fife is going to have to be stopped for a moment. Slip of a deep hit, but Woffman's going to hit up the wall, and with 2 goals needed with 0 seconds. Unless Rocket League has changed its rule set in the past few minutes, that will be the game for Inverness.
Inverness 1-0 up in the series after a 3-1 win there in game number 1. Not a bad showing from both teams there, as Fife did eventually get their goals. Damage being done by that point. A hat-trick from Deck Dog to put Inverness in a commanding lead early on. Some really nice shooting from him. Good infield pass from Jacket to open him up for the second goal as well. But I do think Fife have it in them to sort of bring this series back. It'll be a case of how they respond here in game number 2.
Yeah, it's very much a case of Inverness with the 3 goals, Deck Dog being the somewhat hero for Inverness. But Fife, we've seen what they can do in a reverse sweep scenario. We know they have it in them to possibly take this. So a good showing from Inverness. By no means bad showing from Fife, and I very much think that we do still have a series on our hands.
Absolutely, it certainly seems like we have one. With Inverness currently 1-0 up in this series, but Fife still not overly out of it. I just think Inverness kind of had the hotter start, and eventually Fife then found a way to deal with them, but by that point damage had been done. The Jacket looking for an early chance here for Inverness College in game 2. So pressure starts to pile on early for Fife. Woffman over the top of one, can't force it past the second. Jacket back into the corner. Deck Dog there, shot just wide of the near post. A chance early on for Inverness, goes begging. They managed to keep the pressure on somewhat. Jacket will hit that high into the ceiling. Turns back on his own touch as a demo from Woffman. And Quack Nathan should slow down any Fife College attack. Jackie Chan up for the aerial, unable to make contact. Jacket beating out Nathan there, but the shot was wide. Sleuth maybe not taking as much time as that one as he should have done. And a shot from Deck Dog will open the scoring here for Inverness College in game 2.
Yeah, again, Deck Dog with a play off the wall. Woffman beating out the Fife College defender, and yeah, a simple tap to the bottom right for Deck Dog. I think there's definitely a team play and communication difference I think we can see from Inverness. They do seem a lot more coordinated than Fife. I think Sleuth for Fife is obviously a standout player for them, but one man can't change a team, so I think he needs to get a commanding shout to his other players, start giving them some info about where he is, where other people are, getting the comms up, keeping their heads up, and making sure that they can get back into this game and not let Inverness run away with it. However, saying that, that will be another goal for Jacket.
Yeah, a bit of a breakaway goal there. Sleuth just struggling to recover, tries to reverse and backflip to block that one. Jacket just getting there first, lots at home, demos Sleuth in the process. Inverness College 2-0 up here in game number 2, but still plenty of time for Fife to mount some form of a comeback. We've seen them reverse sweep before. Nothing to suggest that they can't go on and do it again. Jackie Chan plays his time in the corner. Deck Dog missing that one, and Sleuth will be up to clear. Jacket off to his left-hand side. A commit there from Nathan, not quite benefiting. Deck Dog forced to make a save on this left-hand side. Sleuth into the far corner of the red half. No one there to follow up. Jacket will beat that one. That one could well be sneaky inside the post. Does bounce back out, and Deck Dog a little too close to apply any form of finish. There will be Sleuth to clear, looking for a shot opportunity of its own. Is beaten out. 2 minutes 40 remain on the clock. Still 2-0 to Inverness College.
And again, Deck Dog for another shot on, not quite on target, a little bit above the crossbar, but it's led to Sleuth, and that is not going to be a fortunate bounce off the corner rolling off the post. But still very much pressure. Jacket hits it out, but now Sleuth can't quite find the hit he's looking for. Jacket on a 1v1 against Jackie, but plays it mid for Waff, but he saves the shot by his teammate because of his dodge. Oh no, you hate to see it from Inverness, but that might just be the breakaway that Fife need. It's a triple commit and they can't quite find the shot they're looking for. Waffman now, like Jacket head it away, but it's to Sleuth, plays it back to Waffman with a great dunk. And now Jacket looking to play it off the backboard. It's a double miss for Fife. Waffman can't find it either. And that will finally be the pressure away from Fife.
Yeah, huge chance for both teams coming there. Sleuth with an empty net to aim at Rush's shot. Ends up hitting the near post. It's a lovely bit of link-up play between Jacket and Deck Dog down the other end, but on his recovery, Jacket ends up saving the ball for Fife, but Waffman looking for his first of the series will not get it. And a missed opportunity there from Deck Dog to really kill this game number 2 off at the front post. That may well do it, as Jackie Chan with the own goal.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate. I can see what happened. It's rolling across him. He needs to turn right to try and get some sort of hit on it, otherwise it's just going to roll behind him, and there's more than certainly going to be an Inverness player there to tap it in. So he needs to go for that touch there to maybe just pinch it against the post and get it back out to the midfield, but not quite the hit he was looking for. However, hit above the Inverness goal won't threat them as Jacket hits it to clear. And now, once again, Fife needing 3 goals behind and 1 minute to make up 3 to bring it to overtime. Sleuth's deep shot hitting off the crossbar, you hate to see it. And now it's bouncing back in the middle for Jackie. Hits off to Waffman, Waffman back to the middle. Jackie hits it back to Sleuth now, as he will try and make something of this with 40 seconds left to go.
Just 35 seconds remaining on this clock. Fife needing a goal every 10 seconds at this point to tie up game number 2. As Jacket really searching for an opportunity to give Waffman his first goal of the series, but Waffman getting a demo on Quack Nathan instead. Quack Nathan now clearing, and Sleuth going through Waffman. Jacket plays it up high. That should be enough to secure game 2 for Inverness College, as they will not be able to score 4 goals in 1 second. Mathematically impossible in the physics of Rocket League.
Unless there's a very quick pinch kickoff. A very quick, 4 of them to be exact.
Yeah, ones that defy space and time, I think, would be the only way out of this. And I don't know that these players have quite the capability to provide that. Inverness College 2-0 up in the series. Jacket with a star performance there. 3 shots, 3 goals. That's all he really needed to do. No assists, no saves. just a hat trick out of Jacket, but Inverness far more dominant game number 2 there than game number 1. Fife College not able to get a goal that time around. They may well look to make a sub here also, but we will see how they go to approach us. One more game loss for Fife College. They will be eliminated from the Scottish Colleges Cup 2020, and Inverness will move on to the semi-finals to face off against either Edinburgh or Ayrshire.
Yeah, we spectated all the Fife games yesterday, and of course they were a bit slow to get going, getting swept by Forth, swept by Edinburgh, getting 2-0 down against Dundee and Angus, and then finally getting the reverse sweep. So it did take them until their 9th game to get themselves going, but unfortunately in the quarterfinals you don't have that luxury of warming up against some teams. You need to. It's now do or die for Fife in this last game, and who knows? Maybe they've warmed up enough for the reverse sweep, but they definitely won't have 8 games to do so. So we'll have to see how this one's going to go.
Early goal for Deck Dog here in game number 3. In case anyone's wondering, Edinburgh College currently 11-0 up in game number 2 against Ayrshire College. So I think it's a safe bet to say that it will be Edinburgh to move on in the bracket, as Jack has just scored an air dribble. And I did see Marky Duda go off the ceiling and attempt to musty flick into the net. Didn't work, but he tried it. So I think that gives you kind of an idea of how that one's going. Should Inverness College advance here, it will be Edinburgh that they will face off against on this stream, as Sleuth gets his first goal, game number 3, and it's a bit of a gift here from Inverness College.
Yeah, some could say quite a mistake there from the Inverness side. I think Deck Dog kind of just shot off his brain thinking that Woffman had to hit into the corner, so he started turning with it. But due to Woffman missing it, Deck Dog's early turn to apply some offensive pressure, he just accidentally waddled into the ball, and Jackie can't quite find the backflip he's looking for to get that one at the bottom right corner. And once again, Inverness have the lead, redeeming themselves from that somewhat unfortunate own goal scenario.
Absolutely, Woffman getting his first goal of the series here. And puts to Inverness College 2-1 up. Looking for a quick fire double here off the kickoff, but Jacket denied by Sleuth. Woffman plays it forward. Deck Dog can't apply any sort of a touch to direct that one goalwards. As Craig now on the field, trying to turn things back in Fife's favour. Sleuth beaten out there. Craig plays it into the corner. Now player on the backward, able to apply any form of a clearance. Does eventually come out of the blue half. Shot from Craig, a lot better than we've seen, but a brilliant save out of Jacket there to deny Fife College an equaliser. A very good shot coming out from Craig. Hopefully we'll see more of that come from Fife. They may well be able to start generating some form of a comeback in this series.
Yeah, an awkward clear there, hitting the back of the other Inverness player, and it's once more towards the goal, but Jackie will find that clear. Craig or A or Kiyoshima, he has many names. And another name we should be looking at is Jackie-chan, as he finds the equaliser they're looking for. Waiting in the middle, unfortunate from Jacket towards Woffman. An accidental pop to the mid, and Jackie is there waiting to tap that one in. And we have an equal game with 3 minutes and 10 seconds left on the clock.
Certainly do. If you're still wondering about that other quarter final, just gone 17-0 in game number 2. Yeah, Marky, Jack, and Junior Welder not letting up. No mercy there for Ayrshire College from Edinburgh College. Far more exciting matchup here is Inverness College and Fife College 2-2 in game number 3. Of course, Inverness 2-0 up in the series. Woffman plays that one middle. Craig has to rush back to net with Deck Dog bearing down on it. Can't get a touch. tries to play it back, but Wolfman commits to it and a missed touch from Jacket. Makes that a little bit more awkward. Popped up high, and Jackie Chan will get a touch on that. I'm impressed he still actually had his flip left. That seemed like he had been in the air for some amount of time. So unless he somehow got a magical flip reset out of nowhere, did catch it right before that flip then disappears. Craig plays it back into the corner. Sleuth try and send it over the top of two players. Jacket turns to keep that one back. Deck Dog playing that into the corner. Two players commit, leaving Sleuth back by himself. As something gets caught in my throat. Excuse me while I take a drink of water there.
Don't worry, so I will take over for the moment as you recover from your throat incursion. Deck Dog down the ball, but it's a hit from A, but can't quite get it past Jacket. Sleuth hits it round, but Waffen's waiting on the wall, and that will be a very good 50 out into the midfield. Deck Dog, this is the immediate hit I was looking for, but it does come off the wall. Jacket now with a soft touch towards goal, but it's a great save from A. Craig Kiyoshima, one of the two, 3, 4, how many names does he have? We don't know. However, 5 now. Taking the ball once more, it's a hit from Sleuth off the wall. Waffen's waiting there. It's a good bump on the Jacket from Sleuth, but that's going to be an awkward hit up into the right midfield. Jacket goes up for it, but can only find Waffman. And that's a bad whiff from A, and Sleuth can't quite get around to it. And Inverness once more take the lead. A was so close to getting to that, but I think he had to dodge to the left to get the right horizontal angle, but just didn't have the height he needed.
Yeah, unfortunate there. Sleuth almost getting back for that one as well, but it will be a lead here for Inverness College. Minute remaining, 1-0 up. Sleuth plays it middle. Craig can't apply a touch. 4 players, in fact, cannot apply the touch there. That one really throwing a spanner in the works there for Inverness College, but they do seem to get away with it. Jackie Chan, though, lingering, lurking, waiting. Leaving that one for Sleuth. Sends that very, very high. No one able to put that middle, no one there apply any sort of a finish. Either as Deck Dog takes that somewhat away from Craig. I don't know where Wolfman is going, and Sleuth will get an equaliser. 5 College not done yet.
Yeah, after having some interesting meetings with the post and then deciding to go for the boost, Wolfman kind of just leaving that one open for Sleuth, and dare I say, maybe Fife are getting the warm up they needed. It won't take them 8 games as it did yesterday. They seem to be getting themselves together. Inverness still have a lot of pressure, still may or may not be the better mechanical team, dare I say, but Fife are definitely doing better than they did in the first game. They're 3-1 in game 1, is now we're 3-3 in game 2, and that's an awkward hit from the keeper, but can't quite find it. Sleuth backwards!
Oh,
And that will be overtime.
very, very close there. A good shot from Jackie Chan, just high the mark. Sleuth trying to backflip into that to send it home, but denied by Inverness College. We go to overtime in game number 3, of course. 1 goal could put this series to bed, could send Fife packing as Waffman will do the business. Inverness College take the series with a sweep. It was a valiant fight there from Fife College, but in the end, Inverness too hot to handle, and we will see them move on in the bracket.
Yeah, great showing from Fife, but the warm-up that they were needing took maybe a bit too long to come to fruition. A 4-3 isn't going to get you the win, sadly. As close as it might have been, maybe in a best of 7, a best of 9, something else, Fife might have been able to get themselves together and take it in. But yeah, that will be it, sadly, for Fife. However, Inverness now will be seeing themselves match up against Edinburgh, which will be, I think, a bit more of a challenge for them, and we'll have to see how much they can take against the epic squad from the Scottish capital.
Yeah, Edinburgh now 2-0 up in the series. If anyone was surprised, and 4-0 up in game number 3 with approximately 50 seconds gone. So you can see how that is going for Ayrshire at the moment. Edinburgh, as we highlighted yesterday and earlier today as well, really the team to beat this tournament in the Scottish Colleges Cup 2020. But I think Forth Valley gave them a good go yesterday. That one went all the way to game number 5. And I would love to be on the other semi-final that we are likely to have, which is Forth Valley versus Glasgow Clyde. And I believe Glasgow Clyde, potentially Edinburgh's biggest challengers coming into this, but it does really just depend on how that other semi-final does go. We will, of course, be covering, presumably, if Edinburgh don't somehow throw this series, we will be covering Edinburgh versus Inverness.
Yeah.
I would be amazed if they do.
Nah, I was going to say I'll eat a boot or something if Edinburgh lose, but I don't want to take that bet in case they somehow get paid many amounts of money by Ayrshire College to throw. But yeah, I think it's quite a safe bet Edinburgh will probably beat Ayrshire, unless they decide to throw or be nice and let another team win. I'm pretty sure Edinburgh will probably be the overall tournament winners for the Scottish College Cup, but who knows? The Rocket League scene is full of surprises. I'm sure Mark Aduda has considered letting another team win. It's probably not going to happen, knowing Marky. He probably will just thrash them in the final. But who knows? We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, absolutely. This is far from done. We do, of course, have a semi-final coming up for you. We will not be covering the final over on the Rocket Kingdom channel. But once our semi-final is wrapped up, we will then go on to host British Esports Association, and they will then take the final from there, which I do expect to be a good series. But you know, it was a far more, I think, closer series than the actual scoreline suggested. I do think Fife maybe did deserve to get a game or two out of that one, but ultimately Inverness just the better team taking that one. And yeah, congratulations, then put their place in the semi-final up against Edinburgh College. So again, I think it may well be a case of how will it be damage limitation for them? Is there a chance that they will maybe get a game off of Edinburgh? There's only one way to find out. Personally, I don't think they will. Maybe a bit
I think
harsh.
it's a safe bet.
But yeah. So we will take a break here, and when we come back in about 20 to 25 minutes, we will have the second of two semi-finals. The first one on the British Esports channel, presumably it will be between Glasgow Clyde and Forth Valley, and we will have Edinburgh versus Inverness. So when we come back, we will have that series. So don't go anywhere, and you may want to tune in to British Esports as Edinburgh College currently 12-0 up with 3 minutes and 2 seconds remaining. I think they may be seeing how many goals they can score in the space of 5 minutes. So don't go anywhere, and we'll catch you shortly.
was wrong to say I wouldn't change a thing, 'cause in the story of our lives, the best of times through color glass, time rolls on enough to let me move on past, but every little now and then it creeps on back to shade my smile. I was wrong to say I wouldn't change a thing, 'cause in the story of our lives, the best of times through color glass, time rolls on enough to let me move on past, but every little now and then it creeps on back to shade my smile.
And I've been chillin', watching the ocean with you. Baby, up with a slow motion crew. And we up in our growlings when people change, but not us. And we just chillin', kicking it, kissed by the sun. Could be soaked to the skin in the mall soon. I know she got the good vibes when seasons change, but we're the same. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. Even if my jokes sound funny, my tongue tied up on it. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. bass guitar, simmer down and mash me up, tripping like I'm Jimmy at Woodstock. I'm a spinal cord. Oh, 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 oh. 'Cause you got me holding, holding. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep on it. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. Even if my jokes sound funny, my tongue tied up on it. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep on it. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. Even if my jokes sound funny, my tongue tied up on it. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. Holding. Oh no, that is what they all say when they see me pouring some wine. Oh, then gets empty again. Better fill it up before I go. 'Cause I'm loving it, feeling it, touch me and being it. See what I see in it, I'm typical. Messing around with it, mix it up, go with it, fuck with it, flow with it, let it all go. Oh Lord, think you know what I'm like, but you don't fall, you lose control. Bittersweet melody when I dance on your fly. 'Cause I know what you don't, it is me you adore. How does it feel to breathe when you're dead? They've never seen you out of your bed. Cut to the bone, it's broken up. How sad. Oh boy, got so hot I forgot what I should have thought of before. Sure ain't easy for you to let go of the rules, 'cause that's so much fun. Are you loving the feeling it? Touch me, are you in it? Don't see what you're seeing, but typical. Messing around with it, mix it up, go with it, fuck with it, flow with it, please let it go. Oh no, think I did it again. I said a few things that I shouldn't have done. Well, bittersweet melody when I dance on your fly. 'Cause I know what you don't, it is me you adore. How does it feel to breathe when you're dead? They've never seen you out of your bed. Cut to the bone, it's broken up. How sad. How does it feel to breathe when you're dead? They've never seen you out of your bed. Cut to the bone, it's broken up. Now come alive with me and quit the jealousy. I know you're bored, I know it's boring me. Now come alive, baby, get out the grave and I know you're bored. How does it feel to breathe when you're dead? They've never seen you out of your bed. Cut to the bone, it's broken up. How sad. How does it feel to breathe when you're dead? They've never seen you out of your bed. Cut to the bone, it's broken up. How does it feel to breathe when you're dead? They've never seen you out of your bed. Cut to the bone, it's broken up. How sad. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it. You ask me how we got here, 'cause you don't know how. You say we're taking on water, yeah, we're sinking now. You're looking all concerned, like we're gonna drown. But we both know how to swim, no worries, let's flow for now. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it. I know I'm not easy. I drag you out your mind. And there are days I hate you, but baby, you're still mine. And then we have the best times, no matter what we do. And even when we don't, there's nobody I'd rather choose. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me.
Won't you say why you're a stranger now? Your eyes escaping mine when I sit you down. Don't you feel like we're holding on onto a fairy tale, but the magic's gone? Been months of bluffing the blushes and faking the butterflies. Wake up, yeah, I'm kicking the castle down. Ooh, yeah, I think it's time to talk. Ooh, yeah, I think it's time
dreaming about what food to eat. Why they sleeping, why they snoozed on me? I was seizing opportunity. Now they don't know what to do with me. I keep going hard like I'm in puberty. Rebellions in my blood, there ain't no ruling me. Coming for the top, this is a mutiny. Hey, you buy my shit, I want percentage. Yeah. Put you in your mind like fuck your business. Yeah. You never had a chance like an abortion. Broken, you don't wanna play with me, this forfeit. Oh shit, took it to a place that never thought he could. Now the lone wolf is hounding up in Bollywood. Now I got some confidence, they call me cocky. Put your fucking tiger in the eye, I feel like Rocky. I am untouchable, I cannot fuck with you. I do not follow rules, makes me uncomfortable. I got all this passion and desire, force my path with the fire. Never passive, I acquire till I'm crashing your empire. They was sleeping, they was snooze on me. I was dreaming about what food to eat. Why they sleeping, why they snoozed on me? I was seizing opportunity. Now they don't know what to do with me. I keep going hard like I'm in puberty. Rebellions in my blood, there ain't no ruling me. Coming for the top, this is a mutiny. Don't know what to do with me.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the semi-finals of the Scottish Colleges Cup 2020. We're here with Inverness and Edinburgh Colleges. I am Solar. I'm joined back in the booth once again by Zappa, who would appear cannot talk. He's muted himself.
Oh,
and,
terribly sorry. That's the first time that's happened. So embarrassing.
yeah, how are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing well, as I was unfortunately muted because my dogs are currently in the background going absolutely mental because my father was just returned home. But yes, I'm doing well. I'm no longer muted, and I am very excited for this game between Inverness and Edinburgh.
Yeah, Edinburgh coming off the back of a 3-0 sweep over Ayrshire College, and Inverness coming off a 3-0 sweep against Fife. So two teams hot on form, and I don't think that is going to make any form of a difference here for Edinburgh. For Inverness, because Edinburgh I still think are significantly better.
Yeah, I'm thinking. Obviously, want to see what Inverness can manage to take away from this, but as it was yesterday, it is Edinburgh, and Marky Duda, so we can only expect so much from Inverness. You can be as solid as side as you want. Edinburgh, Jack and Shadow are also just two very good players. The added benefit of having an ex-world champion on your team is only going to be a boon, I would imagine.
Very much so, and they do also have Junior Wilder in the roster there as well, who I think they have been sort of interchanging throughout the series against Ayrshire, because it was relatively easy, wasn't it? Game 3 did finish 29-1 in the favour of Ayrshire. Ayrshire did finally get their goal in game number 3. It was the only goal they did score, though, mind you. And as a result, Ayrshire unfortunately do crash out alongside Fife, West College, and Dundee and Angus. But Inverness making it to the semi-finals and have got probably the toughest task here. The other semi-final, of course, Glasgow Clyde versus Forth Valley, should make for a very interesting series there as well. Only one of these two teams can move on to the grand final, which will be played in approximately 1 hour on British Esports Association's Twitch channel. Inverness ready and raring to go. They will be in the blue. Edinburgh not quite ready just yet. They are in the red. And we are back on Beckwith Midnight, which we've seen right throughout this weekend. Really is quite a pretty little map, isn't it?
Yeah, I think I just love the night maps. It's a little bit hard sometimes to see some details when you're playing a game, but yeah, I think an added benefit is obviously because it's a lot easier on the eyes. I think one of my most hated maps was the early iteration of Salty Shores, which does just entirely blind you whenever you play on it. So yeah, night maps are always a favourite of mine.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you on that one. I think Manfield Night stands out for me. I think Wasteland Night as well is really quite a pretty map. And yeah, I think the night variations, even Salty Shores Night was actually really quite nice to play for a while.
Yeah.
Farmstead. And yeah, it really does bring just like a different sort of atmosphere. It's a very pretty game for if you sit back and take a look at it, but often don't really get the time to do so. But
Yeah.
Inverness, first attack here and immediately cut out. Of course, these two teams have not faced off yet throughout this tournament, and Inverness coming through Group A and Edinburgh coming through Group B. And I think this could still be quite comfortable for Edinburgh, but not quite as easy as a task as they would maybe think.
Yeah, I definitely think as I get absolutely cut off by Marky Duda, beautiful near post shot. I do think that Edinburgh are going to take this rather easily, possibly a 3-0 sweep, as we would most likely expect. It's a matter of how much can Inverness fight back? Can they get some goals? Can they not concede 20? I think the objective of winning is beyond them, so they have to set their own target. And yeah, I think maybe players would love to get some goals against the much famous Marky Duda.
Former RLCS world champion gets his second of game number 1 here. Only 2 goals so far in 1 minute and 4 seconds. I've had to work a little bit harder for it here. Edinburgh College than the past couple of times they've been on stream, more particularly against Ayrshire, but also when we saw them against Fife, it's a bit of a blowout there as well. There is just a golfing class, and I think we do rightly so have our top 4 teams here. I don't think there's been any real upsets up until now. I don't think we'll get one here in this semi-final. We could well be in for one between Glasgow Clyde and Forth Valley. But we do have our first goal here for Inverness. 2-1 the scoreline. Jacket with the assist, Deck Dog with the goal.
Yeah, Junior there going for a hit off the corner, but that's always going to be an awkward one. Jumping off of your own backboard onto the differently angled surface of the corner. It's always going to be an awkward one because you have to adjust not only your own position of your wall, but also read the bounce at the same time from an awkward position. It's always going to be a difficult one, and yeah, that will be Deck Dog taking the opportunity that was gifted to him and scoring a goal and bringing it only to 1 between them and the very terrifying Edinburgh side.
Absolutely, very, very terrifying. As Marky does get his hat-trick. At this point, I do think if Edinburgh had another player sort of Inverness's caliber, I do think Inverness would stand a really good chance here. But that's not the case. And I think at the moment, unsurprisingly, Marky is genuinely going to be the difference between these 2 teams. As we do see some support coming out for Inverness in the chat. Guys, I think they do need it. So if you're here to watch them, get vocal.
Absolutely.
Because I'm sure they will greatly appreciate it. They've already got a goal, and they are putting up a relatively good fight. It's all about whether they can keep a world champion at bay and how they can, stop him from doing what he is very much known for.
Yeah, it's very much cheer for the underdog story, and the underdog may be quite a few weight classes below. As great as the Inverness side have been, as good as they're being right now, to only let 4 goals in so far and score their own within half the amount of time in the game. But the other 2 members of Edinburgh, very solid, but also just being there to support Marky, who's just having an absolute stomp. It is obviously going to be a very difficult task to try and take the games that they will be looking for against this Edinburgh side.
Absolutely. 4-1 up, 2 minutes remaining. It's not quite some of the blowouts we've seen come from Edinburgh. But Inverness still currently down by 3, all the same as Marky, with a significant beat there. Sends that one down long, Jacket to play it into the corner. Marky again back into Inverness's half. 2 players committing on that. Good shot from Junior, turned away by Jacket, who's had a couple of good saves. Deck, I don't think Waffleman really needs him, needs you right behind him there. I don't really think that has offered much, except for a chance for Edinburgh to break away there. And now 5-1.
Yeah, I was wondering whether he was just looking to try and take the ball off of him, or if he was trying to somehow communicate some sort of, right, you break and I'll bump you and get like a somewhat pull shot going. But that's a big whiff at the back there for Jack, and Jack will be the one to score it. Some rather similar names there, displayed by only differentiated by only a single syllable. And yeah, Jacket beats Jack apparently, and it's currently 5-2.
If we were French, that would be Jack and Jack. ET. Of course, A is French for and. So yeah, we're about that close. Wrong nation, really. Not close at all. I'm just waffling at this point. Waffle Stop me.
Wow.
Someone stop me. Yeah,
Please,
five,
no.
5 to Edinburgh.
Not like this.
5 to Edinburgh, 50 seconds remain. Searching for a sixth goal here would be one that would definitely put the nail in the coffin for game number one. Is Waffleman trying to ground play that one home. Jack ends up getting in the way though, and one over the top. Markey looking for a redirect. Waffleman up, clears off to his left-hand side, followed up by Deck Dog. Looks to challenge Jack, but Jack just a little bit too quick for that one. In what isn't exactly, I would say, the prettiest car I've ever seen in my life. It's a bizarre choice of wheels, really, from Jack. It's Markey just puts home his fifth and Edinburgh College's sixth, and secures game number one.
Yeah, the weird wheels, however disturbing to look at, will be bouncing that one off the corner to just play into Markey and set himself up the backboard pit. Well, I suppose that's an interesting question. What is your preferred somewhat design of car, Solar? Because you saw mine earlier in the menu, you very much didn't like it, which I took great offense to. So are you more of a simplistic, kind of like Marky's car, I suppose, just the stripes and maybe some interesting wheels? Or you're not much of an animated decal man?
I think when it comes to it, I don't like to use toppers. I don't like to use antenna. I just don't think it looks as good. It's something that I did use back when I started, and then the topper went when I started taking the game more seriously. And then eventually, I always had a Scottish flag on the antenna, always. And then eventually that did come off when I started actually competing in leagues and things like that. As long as it looks nice, I think it wasn't the decal itself that you're using, pretty nice. If the wheels tend to match, then if you can find a wheel that really looks good, apply that. But if not, any sort of black wheel would suffice. And yeah, sort of a clean-ish one. I tend to, because I've got titanium white striker boost, I use that. I use the same luminous tread as well, because it's got tactician on it. So I'm just trying to max those two.
Max your
out.
stats.
Yeah. And then just work anything around that. I tend to change my decals so every month. But I want it to look good, but not always just like a simple one color anodized or like matte. Like I sometimes like to switch it up and go for something a little bit more extravagant, but to me it has to look good.
Yeah, it's very much an interesting one. Also, Sigmoid, we are currently still on our face cams. There is a game going on. If you'd like to change it, I tried to warn you in the chat, however, you have that off. So, yeah, you haven't missed much. It was just a singular goal from Junior. Yeah. Sorry for the minor heart attack, mate. I didn't realize my stream was 7 years behind. You've only missed 1 goal. Let us know when we're back. Oh, we're back! Fantastic. Hello, everyone. You've missed a singular goal. We. Good lord.
You've missed 2 goals now. Marky do that with a third. 3 minutes 30 left on the clock. Kickoff. No one challenged it. Wolferman just ran it straight down to the net. And I think we're going to go back to what we were doing yesterday. Zappa got to pick up his
Oh,
webcam.
is this what I'm currently? Am I
Turn
currently
it-
doing the
turn
web?
it
Are we doing the
towards
webcam? Hold on.
his monitor, so we can get
There
a
we
view
go.
back. And yeah, as you can see, 3-0 the score line. God, you've got a shaky hand, man.
While we wait on Sig to
Shaky
join,
hand.
hold on. We need to
Um,
quickly invite him.
I've got him. Don't worry.
As I come back, Murray scored again.
Yeah, hat trick. I mean, you're the one doing the coverage, and you say, do you know what? I'll bring up the menu. They've still not seen a goal yet.
Yeah, well, I was unaware if you had Sig added or not, because the past few times we've been together, I've been the one to add him, so I wasn't
I've
sure.
added him every single time as well. He's just not explicitly said who it was we were expecting. Back, ladies and gentlemen. 2 minutes gone. Yeah, 4-0 Edinburgh College. Anyone surprised?
Not personally.
It seems as though Edinburgh College were maybe not quite in top gear in game number 1 and now decided to give them the Ayrshire treatment.
Just
Not as many goals.
going
though.
all out.
Yeah. And a 4th goal for Marky Duda.
Yeah, 4th for Marky, 5th for Edinburgh. It's very much a Marky show so far, and yes, we would like to apologise for the very recent outage of the stream and the webcam coverage. Sig's PC is made of coal, powered by coal, and
Not
made
even,
of it.
not even made of powered by coal. It's
I
not
mean,
made
I
of
think
coal.
assuming that it has metal and computer components in it is a bit much for Sig's PC. So yeah, sometime
It's actually just a cardboard box with a hamster wheel in it.
I think that the hamster is unfortunately not able to keep up with the
I think the
interest.
hamster is keeled over and died.
Mr. Tibbles is not
See-
quite doing so
What
hot
happened yesterday was the hamster died and Six actually had to go out and buy a new one this morning.
before the stream realised. The stream went out to play with its friends. The hamster died, let's go on, so you're going to run out and buy a new one.
Marty's just going nuts now. He's
We should probably get back to the game.
no prisoners, by the way. He's done faffing around.
An absolute great hit from Junior from the sidewall, playing it deep into the Inverness